My name is Zoe Castillo, and I think I might be dead.
But I'm not sure.
My father's name is Gabrielle.
And that's the beginning of the game again. So, that's the longest journey. DreamFall. Well, DreamFall, the longest journey. So, as you can see, like I was saying, wish fulfillment in this...
And finally, today's the day everyone's been waiting for. Isn't that right, Ryan?
That's right, Diane. It's been a closely guarded secret for months. But today, Whaticore finally unveils its hotly anticipated new product,
the Dreamtime.
Fans have been lining up in front of stores for weeks in preparation for what some are calling the single greatest event in recorded history.
And
wow.
Yet they
if you didn't have to be here this morning, really. Ryan, I'm sure you'd be out there lining up with the rest of them.
You betcha, Diane.
Whaticore
has yet to reveal what Dreamtime is all about, except that it's destined to change the face of entertainment forever.
Wire rumors have it that Dreamtime will allow people to dream lucid dreams about anything they want. Isn't that something, Ryan?
It sure is,
Modern
Diane.
technology. Oh, you gotta love it. You just gotta love it, Diane.
So basically it's VR, and the human race is extinct because no one's gonna come out of it. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Yeah, come on. What else would you dream about all the time? And the tower is awake. And the tower is now angry because all those dreams are now filling into it. Obviously it was some sort of, dream catcher. Ah! I just thought of that. No, pretty much. It pretty much appears to be a dream catcher, and, So, yeah. So, like I was saying, dream fulfillment for our main characters in this was definitely not something that was going to happen, because, again, it's part of a duology, which means, the second one that hasn't been made yet will answer all the questions that we currently have for this, or at least, enough that we can finally be like, well, yes, DreamFall is finally over. But I would say that definitely, obviously, I would say that Zoe is going to become a big figure in the Dreamtime. Whether or not that means that she's going to be able to go back to Arcadia as, as the person that she was in Arcadia, or if she's kind of a bit like, like Faith in that sense, that she'll be able to haunt the worlds. I think that the White Dragon is dead, and, well, probably dead in terms of, a physical sense, but they're all now ending up in parts of the Dreamtime, I would say. I would definitely say April Ryan is not dead. Because if nothing else, the end of the... I can't remember if the credits ends like this, but the soundtrack definitely ends with Faith whispering yet again, "Find April Ryan, save April Ryan." Kian, obviously not dead, but imprisoned, and he's definitely got a part to play in the overall story because of the whole Lady Alvane thing from the first game. Then again, he's an orphan, so I can't be like, it's a sibling, but it could be another orphan that got given the same last name. But yeah. The Ragnar, as his name has just popped up there, but Ragnar has said that once he finishes, completely finishes on Secret World, which just entered into pre-order today, so that's kind of gonna date this LP now, but that once that he's finished his part of Secret World, Dreamfall Chapters, which is the second half, is going to be going back into production. Which, it seems to be a thing of this series that, that they have to carry at least one word of the previous game over. So, the longest journey became Dreamfall the longest journey, and the next one's going to be Dreamfall Chapters, which says if they make another one after that, it's going to be something Chapters. Maybe it'll be Longest Journey Chapters, I don't know. But I like this game. I mean, it's a bit of a mess considering that, the pacing of it's a bit weird. There's so much to do at the beginning of the game, and then suddenly it just rushes by Like, it's mostly just cutscenes and talking to people. But I suppose you could say that a lot of adventure games are like that. That, like, you know, especially that happened with Gabriel Knight with the chapter sections of that. That the first couple of days were, like, probably the longest days, and then suddenly it just goes zoom. I mean, granted, a lot of the end of Gabriel Knight, in terms of the story, is that he is traveling from Germany to Africa, back to New Orleans. So, yeah. It's a bit of crazy times for him. But we are talking about Longest Journey. I think that's all I really got to say until the last scene comes up. Oh, but if you want to pay attention to... Oh my god, Brian Westhouse and Rupert Clark, same voice actor. My brain is just blown. Never mind. So... But you can notice all these, you know, rather Irish and Scottish names. I don't know why they hide so many Irish and Scottish people. It kind of makes some of the characters seem a bit weird, like, you know, like little British girl sounding Irish and and of course the whole, you know, they all look, you know, Arabic, but they all have Scottish accents of the Azadi. I don't know. But yeah. Oh look. Oh, all the sisters have their all the 6 have their own names. Wow, that's detail. Maha of the 6, Yonder of the 6, Albert of the 6. They probably have meanings. They're probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, blah blah blah. Alright, keep on going. Yuki-san. But yeah, I think that the next game is gonna have a new female lead. Like, Zoe's gonna be in it, but Zoe's not gonna be a main character anymore because, you know, she's kind of limited by the fact that she is dead. But she will probably be a playable character in it. I do not think April is dead. Her role is definitely not over because, I mean, for one thing, she hasn't broken the balance, which is something that was always said of her in the anytime that they talk about the prophecy in the first game, it's always that she will bring balance to the Force She will bring balance to the balance, or she will restore the balance only to finally break it. So, I doubt that her touching the Dream Tower is her breaking it. Which you might not remember, but basically when she went underneath to follow the whispery guy, who's probably got to do something with the Undreaming as well. It could even be Brian Westhouse. He did say that he travelled everywhere. So, it probably is Brian Westhouse. I don't even know. Like, he even said that he'd been through the Azadi lands and, you know, that he didn't have any trouble there. And quite clearly he is obviously the person who attacked the dragon, because even the moment she met him, she was like, oh, what the, I do not know how to deal with this. So, I have a problem with that as well, because the whole Brian Westhouse thing is that, you know, like, he was so, you know, he was sort of, you know, without purpose in the first game, but he knew who he was, and then, you know, he was quite resolved to the whole Tyrion thing. And if he had that whole, you know, undreaming thing about him all the way back then, why did it... filmed on locations in Stark and Arcadia, and no grubbers were harmed in the making of this game. Nice touch. But if he had that in him for the previous game, how could he help at all? I mean, like, he helped in this, but it was also to get his own ends. Like, he was like, well, I heard you can find the White Dragon over here. And then, you know, but I don't know how to find the place. So then we brought him someone who knows how to get there. And the Undreaming is Unchained. I'm kind of curious if Brian Westhouse unchained the Undreaming in 1933, why it has been waiting for this entire time. Maybe Faith kind of held it back at some point and her death kind of unleashed it further. Or maybe it's with all the dragons dying. that, you know, as he slowly got his way through all the different dragons, that pop, they got rid of him. And now the last scene, Tibet, 1933, before he gets to the monastery. Alright, you can make it, Brian. You can do... Oh, you need a nap? Okay, have a little nap. Have a little nap. Yeah. Have a little nap, but then you're gonna have to get up. Gee, I wonder who could help you in 1933 and knew that you were around. Well, I'm not surprised.
Hello, old friend.
Hello, Manny. Or Cortez.
Chavez.
Or the Red Dragon.
What are you doing here?
Saving your life, you freak.
Time is a circle. It will not end here. You are needed.
Which means
Take my hand,
you
Brian.
you were needed for, I suppose, the longest journey.
Awaits us.
Why do you have bandages on your hands? I'm not gonna ask questions. Why do you both have bandages on your hands? I'm not gonna ask questions. But I think that's it. I can't remember anything else after this. Considering that they did, I will say one more last prediction. Considering that they said that DreamFall chapters, you know, they're chapters, some of the chapters could be set in the past. So we will probably see Cortez again. And when we see Cortez, see, there's the opening scene. And when we see Cortez, oh my god, this scene was only in here because of the Tibet stuff at the beginning and at the end? Oh, that is ridiculous. Anyway, we will probably see Cortez again, maybe in a chapter, if they're broken up like that, you know, kind of like different sections of time. I mean, they're all got to do with chapters, but I don't know, the way that they've phrased that, it kind of sounds like it could have like sections in the past, sections in the present, and even sections in the future. That's what you can, I don't know. That's just predictions. Whether or not any of that's going to actually happen, time will tell. I'm guessing that if he's probably got a lot of ideas about what's going to happen, but I have a feeling that we're probably not going to see this game until at least, I'm going to say at least 2014, but you never know, they might get really busy on it, like they might even have it half completed or something, that, you know, they just haven't, you know, pushed, I don't think they've even gone into production yet, but I mean, like, the actual story might be done, and if Secret World goes on as well as it does, and I've been speaking long enough that the Funcom logo is going to show again. Oh, and then we're going to get this. Well, we didn't see this before, so yeah. But it's going to be a while, I would say. 2014, I'm going to say 2015 even. Just something, it's going to be a while. My god, this is a terribly rendered trailer, isn't it? But what are your thoughts on the game in general? And you know what? Zoe was actually really well detailed, and so many other characters were not. If they spit, like, I mean, with the technology these days, everyone should be the same level as your main characters. Not even most of your main characters didn't look that good. I mean, look at Kian compared to April. That was terrible. And then you look at April compared to Zoe, and it was even worse. But yes, I'm gonna leave it here, because otherwise I'm just gonna keep talking about things that I predict for DreamFall. Wonkers! Oh god, Wonkers, I love you. Oh, Wonkers. Where are your pants, Zoe? Never mind. This is a good time to say goodbye. So, goodbye. Bye.